29. مرحبا بكم عاوتاني الحلقه الثانيه ديال كونسل، ليبيزود الثاني ديال كونسل. اللي تفرجت الحلقه اللي فاتت شفتوا بان كنا تنقلبوا على القاتل ديال واحد خيتي. عندنا ان مورتر، شنو هاد الشومبر ديال من هادي؟ نابليون بونابارت. اوكي، واحد خيتي مات في هاد لو شاطو هذا، وهنا كلفوني باش نلقى القاتل ديالها. فتندور على هادو خياتنا بشومبر تنشوف واش كاين دي زانديس شي لعيبه. شي كتاب باش تعرف اللغات عاوتاني.
A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Okay. The Prince. Monsieur Bonaparte. Ça va عليك جمي.
Monsieur de Richer, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Very busy indeed.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my
Time
time noting the other guests coming and going,
but I don't
think so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Until what time did anything happen out of the ordinary?
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight.
وهي ما
I
ماتت
was
حتى 43
exhausted
يعني واخا
from
ما عندوش اليبا.
so I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The
The
whole
whole manor
manor
was
was
sound
sound
asleep.
asleep.
Not really. No. Did you notice anything
Anything out of the
unusual
ordinary?
during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Alright.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks
Monsieur.
again for all your answers. Good day.
اوكي، ما عطاني حتى شي معلومه فائده كاع.
Carmelite water. You say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Give you a real boost of what? فهم التحريات ما سهلاش يا صاحبي.
The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur.
عطاونا تا انديس، كيفاش غادي نلقاو حنا دابا هاد القاتل او القاتله؟
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our
Project of New Order for France.
New Order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be.
ديك
Just
الانفيتاسيون
one
ديالو.
holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
What? What? Typical of a soldier of what?
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
Typical of a soldier in him. يا الهضره. شي بعض المرات يبقى يهضروا ديك البريتيش الانجليش القديمه فين توزه. عرفتي مازال ما لقيت حتى
Bridge
شي
actor
انديز
Talma
كاع.
is Nero and Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
او كان انديس. شنو هاد الواقع
It's a
هادي؟
beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
نابوليون برا immunity.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days.
I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us
targeted us.
soon. Make haste, my son. Your
You
whole
hold our destiny
in our hands. Your beloved mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte. اوكي مو تقول لي سربي ولدي راه هاجمين علينا.
My corn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
كان واحد خاين واحد الفرنس سولدير كان مع بونابارت ديك المره ما عرفت فين
Beautiful
هو.
weapon. A lovely damask blade.
هو اللي خصني نمشي
Marked
نشوفو.
with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
يلا بسلامة سيبو عمو بونابارت. بسلامة عمو بسلامة. فريمون حرت ما عرفتش فين غادي نمشي. مسيو جاك بيرو هو هذا.
Jacques Perru.
هذا هو السوسبي نمبر 1 لان رجليه كبار وقال هذا الفرنشمان كان ضارب مع ايميلي ماشي مع ايميلي اليزابيث كانوا
What do you
بزاف
want from
الهضره.
me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written.
It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit?
What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
A pack
Don't hello?
with 4 circles.
ما عنديش ساروت باينه ما عنديش ساروت. لا عندي. اوه نايس. شنو هاد المخدرات هادي؟ ما هذه المخدرات؟ راسك
Dear
تيهز اللي
Monsieur
تيهز.
Perru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial
for the
renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister Marietta. No space left. I'll retrieve it.
بارك علينا. alright هذا تي نسكومبورت بواحد لا فاصون شويه بيزار قالك فيقدر يكون عنده شي علاقه مع هادشي. I don't know if we shall meet again at this point in time. I'm a prisoner. شيرفا ماون. علاش هذا ما بغاش يقرا لي اللعيبه؟ You must be protected. My future is lost without you. You can still be saved no matter how much blah 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 blah. I love you now and forever. شي وحده كاتبه لي شي رساله حب.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests.
اسمعوا لا. برد. I can't unlock that one.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible. I await your arrival. Lord William Mortimer.
قال لها غير دير فريند، ما عرفتش بسميتو زعما، ما عرفتش علاش. نورمالمون دوك الاخرين تاع بلاتي هز هذيك اللعيبه. واش بالكم البوتس الدراري؟ علاش ما نقدرش نتحرى التحريات؟ واحد العصاب غتخرج ليا من دابا.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
اوكي بزاف سايكولوجي. غادي نحاول نمشي نهضر معاه عاوتاني على شي كونفرساسيون جديده تبدا معاه.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
واو هادو مسدودين، ما عنديش الديفيكولتي ديالهم.
I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation.
وات صافي.
All right. Have you finished?
I'm
Not
not finished
quite.
motherfucker.
I'd like you to answer a few questions. I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting.
انت حرامي shut me down، مبغيش نهضر. صافي عندي واحد الدويره خفيفه ظريفه في لاشومبر عاوتاني، يلاه نشوف كما زقلت شي حاجه. لا مزقلت والو، صافي شي قرينا هادشي اللي هنا. هاديك قرا لي علاش كان عندي عامر انفنتري فول. صافي وقيلا غادي نتحركو، هادشي ما بان ليا ما عرفتش غادي ندير من مور هادشي. واش نهضر مع الكاس الاخرين ولا نرجع نهضر مع مسيو مورتيمر ولا انفستيغيت ادمز ديث؟ وراه انفستيغيت ما لقيت حتى حاجه. نقدر نطلع هنا؟ ولكن هو مورتيمر، ماشي مورتيمر، ذا بياجي. الله يكون عارف شي حاجه.
Your Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble. It's probably nothing.
So probably nothing. Does he know why?
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
Bonaparte and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say that. But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Perrault. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
بيرو هو اللي مشينا هضرنا معاه دابا، ما عطانا حتى شي انديس. نرجع نهضر مع مورتيمر نقول ليه راه ما لقيت والو السي مورتيمر. عمي مورتي
I've
مرة ما
come to
لقيت
speak
والو.
about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
Will you remind me of the facts we already know about?
Elizabeth Adams was killed last night.
I know that.
Piaggi was with Holmendai until late at night. As for Bonaparte and Washington, they left us after midnight, both tired.
I believe I've identified the murderer.
Really, Louis?
What?
All right then. Please think carefully before you give me your answer. This is a very, very serious accusation.
I must think it through.
I'm going to need a bit more time to review my findings about the crime.
I do understand. All the more so as it's crucial not to make any mistakes when it comes to naming the culprit.
خفت لا نمشي عن نعطيه النيم السمية غلط دير لنا شي مشكل. لأن الحاجة الوحيدة اللي متأكد منها أن اليد اللي كانت على الموس ديال الكيد الصغيرة ديال شي مرا ماشي ديال شي راجل. فكنت نقول لي زعما راه السوسبي غيكون فيميل، ولكن خفت بلاتي نمشي نضرب واحد الدويره عاوتاني بالخف الله تكون شي حاجه زقلناها ولا شي تخليش. الشومبر ديال من هادي مسيو جوهان دي فان فولكن، هذا هو اللي ما مازال ما تشكيناش قبيله. لقيناه واقف قدام البيت ديالها وكان شويه متعصب.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
IPOU. اش كان سميت الخاينه؟ اش كان سميتو فونفا اش كان سميتو؟ خصنا نمشي نخرجو نشوفو دابا السميه. يوهان فان فولنر. اوكي كي غادي باش نعرف انا دوك السميات بربعه غادي يكون لانديس غير فشي بلاصه هنا قريب شي كتاب ولا شي حاجه.
Golden elixir. The sorrows of young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth.
Elizabeth had a relationship
That's hardly
with me.
surprising given his fondness for the occult.
هذيك إليزابيث ما خصش تثق فيها واقيلا.
Golden elixir. Golden elixir.
Inventory's full. Okay.
The signs of obscurantism.
فين هو داك خينا؟ ما كاينش في البيت بعدا باش نهضر معاه. لا هو كاين.
What can I do for you, Riche?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly.
عرفتي هذا ودي صغيورين بحال ديال المرا النيت ولابس البوتس.
Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure. It has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now. I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agree.
I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
نفس السؤال.
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship?
You or her? It was her.
It was
Yeah.
her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agree.
هذو عداش ما عنديش اوكي
We
I'll have to
finished.
look around.
I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Do whatever you have to do. اوكي فبحال شكيت فيه انا هذا شي شويه، لان اول حاجه بعدا كذب عليا قلت لي واش عندك ريليشن شيب، قال لي ما عنديش، وكان كاتب لها قصه غرام، كاتب لها رساله غرام وحب وبطاط، قلت لي يلا ها البوتس. شفتو البوتس الدراري ولا مشفتوهمش؟ ويديه تنظن ما كبارش بحال داك الاخر، شو يدي قداش ها صغيورين، وين غيكون شادين داك الموس اللي قتل خيتي. وكذب عليا. هادو هما لي زاستيوس اللي كاينين. او جولدن كوين. نحاول نشوف كاين شي استيوس اخر. اوب هادي بغيت نحلها كي ما عرفتش المود باس ديالها.
Chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
زوي ال ولا او؟ مالوي شي سمية قد تكون عزيزة عليه ولا قريبة ل his heart, close to his heart. جاتني first letter ما غاديش تكون زي سكنت ولا كانت هذه. It's not gonna be easy باش تقيسي كاع لي كومبينيزون اللي كاين. غادي نمشي نقول لمورتيمر بان هاد الخاينه هو القتال. شنو بان لكم؟ شكيت فيه شي شويه انا معرفتش الحدس ديالي وصافي. Monsieur Mortimer, I have the suspects.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'm listening, Louis.
I believe I've identified the murderer.
Really, Louis? All right then. Please think carefully before you give me your answer. This is a very, very serious accusation.
وعلى كاردينال بياتشي.
It's Volner.
What proof do you have against him?
Elizabeth and Volner had an affair right here, which came to an end. I haven't been able to determine who put an end to it, though.
What my guests do in their beds
It's
is
no concern of
mine.
mine.
But I shall take note, as jealousy can indeed often lead to folly. Anything else?
He did try to squeeze information out of me about Adams.
Just as any worthy guest would do. Have you anything else?
That's sufficient evidence to my mind. بحال ما عجبوش الحال.
I found out that he was in love with Elizabeth. As the feeling wasn't mutual, he could have attacked her out of spite.
Without any proof of what Adams really thought, it's a weak motive. Anything else?
Anything else? عرفتي فقسني.
No, I think that's enough to accuse him.
It's a bit light, but I shall speak to Gregory about it and compare your findings with other information. Given the distinguished guests and the political issues involved at the conference, I trust you will leave me to conclude the case in my own way.
Sure.
Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
She seems to be making every effort to steer clear of your guests.
What do you mean?
For the past few weeks, my mother's been playing cat and mouse, if you will. I don't know why, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that she's trying to avoid someone. The question is, who?
Who?
And in your opinion, would she be the cat or the mouse?
I'd like to answer the cat, but unfortunately I'm increasingly worried that she's in fact the mouse.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities and yours in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the cannon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far. Yet he told me that you had spoken and that you hadn't been able to reach an understanding.
That's putting it
Very
mildly.
mildly.
Monsieur Bonaparte is one of those guys who only understands people who think like he does.
Ah, I see what you mean. He is indeed rather inflexible when it comes to certain subjects. But I am still of the opinion that you can manage to get along.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Isn't Bonaparte a bit young to deserve so much attention?
Well, you come straight to the point. I like that. Indeed, if you knew just how much you remind me of him. Trust me, I'll wager that Monsieur Napoleon will soon prove himself. I'm working on it, at least. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much.
Okay.
In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what he said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother had trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I am sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she is wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom? The only ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Wollner, and myself.
How did my mother and Duchess Hillsborough get on?
Oh, very well, I believe. They spent a lot of time together. Without wanting to exaggerate, I rather got the impression that Emily reminded your mother of herself when she was young. The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
My mother must have undoubtedly taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge. I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean-d'Acre.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then,
What?
before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
Where did she go?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
One last thing, although I don't know if there is a connection.
I'm listening.
A gate was forced the other night near the wharf. Nothing serious, just a few small things damaged.
Sorry, my lord, but I was searching for leads to my mother. I thought I was hot on her trail and didn't take any precautions.
Well, you could have reported it to a servant. But never mind. I shall put it down to your ardor and anxiety. However, please try to respect my estate in future.
I certainly will. Please accept my sincerest apologies.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
يلا الدراري طولات شويه الحلقه، نخليكم هنايا. الجيم اللي غادي تيتعمق، كاين اللي غادي يقدر ما يعجبوش لو ستيل تاع لي جو. يعني تيبغي شويه لا باسيونس، تيبغيك تكون تقرا داكشي تيتقال وتحاول تبيسي البيسز توغادر. يلا سبسكرايب لايك شير، اللي عندوش لاعب حطوا في كومنت راكم عزيز. تلقاو الحلقه الجايه. بيس عليكم.